Greetings from the town of Krk, capital of the island of Krk. Now, something you perhaps didn't know is that capitals of islands share the same name as islands. Island of Cres, its capital city, is Cres, or capital of the island Rab is Rab. So this place is called Krušija. It was the place where women used to come to wash their clothes and sheets, so to do the laundry. And it was also a place for gathering and gossiping and flirting. Watchtower built by the Duke Nicola IV Frankopan in year 1407. It also has a fragment of a Roman tombstone with two heads of a deceased couple. And on the top it used to be a terrace, a place for cannons. And the funny thing is that the Venetian providor Vinciguerra used to call this tower Torre di Barbuglia, or bearded tower, because of the bearded soldiers that were in charge of the cannons. Now I'm standing on the main square, and behind me there is a square tower called Torion, and next to the tower it was an entrance into the city, and the square was mentioned for the first time in 13th century. Inside of this tower there was a courthouse, and in front of it was a city lodge. During Renaissance here used to be a marketplace, and at the same time this beautiful well was built. See, there is a Venetian coat of arms with a lion of St. Mark. So under this square there are remains of much older city walls from 3rd and 4th century BC. And I know it's hard to imagine how these city walls even look like. So let's go inside of Cafe Bar Valsonis, it's behind me, to see these remains. So here you can actually see how the town of Krk was expanded over centuries. These are the remains of city walls from 4th century BC, but there are also remains of younger city walls from 1st, 4th and also 10th century. Remains of old potteries and tools from different century. And here you can see also altar from the Temple of Venus from the 1st century BC. And this square is called, as you can see here on this sign, a square of the Glagolitic monks. And on this square there are 3 churches. So we have here the church Our Lady of Health with bell tower from 11th century, St. Francis Church with monastery from 13th century, and the Church of Benedictine Nuns with a convent, mentioned for the first time in 14th century. Remains of huge city walls that surrounded the whole town of Krk. In Roman time, here used to be a main entrance or north entrance into the town. And because of such a large number of churches and monasteries, the square was also known as a small Vatican. And these are remains of the Temple of Venus from the 1st century BC. Romans used to build their towns with two main streets. Cardo goes from north to south side, and also Decumanus from west to the east. And the rest of the streets just followed the example. This square is called Camplin. It's bordered with Frankopan Castle on the south side and St. Quirin Church and the cathedral on the other side. And there are also two different theories about its name. According to the first theory, its name comes from Roman word campus, which means the training field of the Roman army. And according to the second theory, the name comes from Italian word campanile, which means a bell tower. And in Middle Ages, this area was the site for nightly competitions of horsemen in throwing spears. Roman thermal baths or thermi that were found here were actually very large, and they extended over the whole insula or city district. And beside Roman Forum, thermi were also a center of gathering in any ancient town. They were based on three different rooms: Tepidarium, a room with lukewarm water; Caldarium, a room with hot water; and Frigidarium, a room with cold water, which users had to pass gradually. And every of these rooms were very nice, very beautiful, decorated with mosaic floors and painted walls. In 4th century, some of them became a part of Christian ortarium with baptistry, and then also in 5th century they became a part of a huge Catholic basilica. Woohoo, windy, windy! So Cathedral of Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary was actually built on remains of Roman thermi. So this bell tower was built from 1489 until 1550, and it belongs to the cathedral. It was built by Venetian providur Vinciguerra, and then in 1740 lightning struck the tower, causing a huge damage and fall of the main stone pyramid. In 1960 the tower was reconstructed, and the wooden angel was coated with copper middle sheets. And since 1973 there is a plastic angel on the top. The Church of St. Quirin, the saint patron of the town, is a really beautiful example of Romanesque architecture. The church originated from year 1335, when people of Kirk donate or gave the money from rent for repair of the church. And today it forms a part of the entire cathedral complex. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to see the remains of Roman thermal baths because that place is closed, and as I heard, it's also in a very bad shape, so sorry. Mala Vrata, or small gates, used to be an entrance from the seaside for fishermen, because in front of it, it was a small port. The town of Krk has today around 6,900 residents. It's oriented towards tourism and invests a lot in environmental protection and recycling. And there are so many things you can do here, from walking, biking, driving a quad, do the sightseeing, or visiting terrarium and aquarium. If you like adrenaline sports, there are also adrenaline parks here and a zip line. And if you prefer more quiet vacation, then you can also visit one of many beautiful beaches here. We visited a lot today, and until the next time, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.